And welcome back. The NBA Finals are putting the Spurs in San Antonio on the global stage with millions of people around the world watching and an influx of visitors coming to town, including Knicks fans that landed just a few hours ago. So joining us right now to talk about what this means for the city of San Antonio is, of course, Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones. Wonderful to have you here with us again.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, such an exciting time right now.
It is an exciting time.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago you were at one of the games. We saw your pictures.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I have to laugh. One of your competitor stations were like, so-and-so investigates. I'm like, investigates? What are you investigating? The Jumbotron? Like,
so,
like right there.
So what were they? What did they tell you? What were they investigating? Was it the fact that tickets? I mean, there were some reports out there saying that you were gifted some of those Spurs tickets.
Yeah.
So you were. Was it the Spurs that gifted you those tickets?
It wasn't the Spurs. It's a local business person, kind of well known. I shared it yesterday when I was on Channel 4. But his name is Tellis Wells. Everyone. I mean, he's a well-known business person. I'm thankful that he gifted them, and of course, checked with the lawyer. Right. Make sure everything is in accordance with our city's ethics and gifts rules. Of course. Right. Because I understand the implication, right, which is, hey, when you get these things, does this somehow kind of color how you view these things? And of course, in my case, Gina Ortiz Jones cannot be bought. Let's just be very clear about that. I'm still the one that sent a letter to Michael Dell saying, hey, would you please consider paying all of, if not a portion of, $489 million toward the city's contributions to the arena, right? I still asked for that. I'm also the one that has asked, hey, let's look at when the arena opens up, just as that has been done in other places. Fort Worth, for example, is there a way in which we can have those that are disproportionately using the arena, have them disproportionately pay for the construction costs? So I asked, hey, can we look at, and it's allowed under the state law, can we look at an admissions tax or a parking tax? Again, those folks that are using the arena, once it opens up, those folks that are using the arena, so you can use those costs to pay for the construction costs, right? So, you know, again, the Gina Ortiz Jones cannot be bought. I'm thankful I got to go watch the game. I'll cheer for the Spurs, and I'll always fight for our city to make sure we get a good deal.
Are we going to see you at another game for the finals? We're hearing.
We'll see, huh? We'll see. I mean, now they're $1,000. My goodness, the cheapest tickets.
That's for the nosebleeds. The ones that are reaching the ceiling were like $1,500. I was like, I'm going to go to the Rocket Lock and Terra and RSVP from there.
You'll probably find me at How You Sore Loser. That's a fun bar downtown. And I honestly have a lot more fun, like when I'm among the people watching the game and we're all cheering and yelling together and we can actually see the game, right?
Right, yeah. Well, I got to ask you, because we were just talking about rumors or talks of President Trump possibly, coming to town for one of the games, because he had mentioned that he was invited. We don't know which game yet. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not.
Okay.
And of course, look, we are a kind city. We will always treat everybody that visits our city with dignity and with respect.
Will you meet the president if he comes to town?
The president is the president. And, I can't help, kind of the way that I was raised personally and professionally is you show respect to the position, irrespective of how you may feel about other things. So if the president shows up in our community, I would extend the respects that one would expect from the city's mayor.
Okay. I got to ask you about the Spurs' economic impact. I mean, you kind of touched up on it, right? You obviously pushed for that independent analysis regarding the new Spurs arena. But now watching what the Spurs are doing for the city and the economy, does that make you feel more confident that that money is well worth it for a new arena for the Spurs?
I'll be honest with you. When I look at the ticket prices, I just have to think about, wow, if we had revenue sharing, right? We'd be getting a cut of these tickets, given how expensive they are. We'd be getting a cut of the concessions, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I think about the great wealth that is being generated, and I will always think about how can we cut more of our community into that and make sure we're covering down on expenses. Because, to your point, Sarah, we are not only going through this, again, very exciting time for our city. I do not want to take away from that in any form or fashion. At the same time, though, you know what we're dealing with at City Hall? A budget deficit. $130 million in our budget deficit going into 28. So, yeah, I can't help but, when I was sitting there thinking, these are expensive seats, and if we had revenue sharing, there'd be a cut that was going directly to pay for the city services that are so important for everybody in our community, and recognizing the vast majority of people in our community, Sarah, will go to one, maybe two games.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what? They still need streets and sidewalks and cops and libraries and senior centers. So I balance all of those things. Again, I'm going to cheer for our Spurs, as we all will, and make sure our city has a good deal and we're being smart, not only in the near term, but also in the long term.
We talked about the budget right now. I know you have a new city-county initiative that you wanted to talk about. What exactly is that? And I know you have concerns about the budget.
Yeah.
So what is that going to do for it?
Well, I think when folks look at where the city and the county invest in certain things, provide certain services, there is, one would argue, some redundancy, right? So, for example, we have animal services. The county has animal services. We have opportunities that help people apply for financial assistance, utility assistance, things like that. County has the same thing. We both do things on the affordable housing side as well. So in the interest, not only, frankly, when times are tough, I think we should always be doing this, but I reached out to Judge Sakai and said, hey, we both have a budget challenges, right? How might we identify some kind of low-hanging fruit where there are some things that we can more efficiently invest in, but also make sure we're providing the best possible service to our folks. And of course, if we can realize some savings in the course of that, that is all the better for both of us. So we've had initial conversations. I certainly would like to get that moving because I think there's still time in FY27 for the 27 budget to do that. And I think when we're looking at making some very serious cuts, that we should need to explain to the people, hey, we've done everything possible to keep this number as small as possible. Of course, and that's why you've heard me say, I think it's really important, the $5 million that the city and the county are owed, frankly, as a result of the MLS team not coming to the city. That money could, we're owed that, so we should get that. And then secondly, yes, that money can come and detract and defray some of the cuts that we may need to make elsewhere. So we've got to balance these things, right? Let's cheer for our team. Let's really get in the moment. But of course, let's also be thoughtful about what happens after we win the championship and we still have this budget gap.
Well, for the moment, we want to say go Spurs go.
That's right. Go Spurs go.
Go Spurs
That's
go.
Right.
Mayor Jones, thank you very much. Great to see you as always. We'll see you again. All right, folks, we're going to be right back with more.